This is Google Apps Updates Roundup number 124. In this episode, I will show you more than 30 new features in 15 different Google apps, so make sure all your apps are up to date and let me show you what's new. Let's start the episode by talking about the YouTube app, and here I'm gonna show you 4 new changes. The first change is related to the YouTube Shorts. Now when you pause the video like this, you will see a lens icon at the top. Tapping on it will allow you to do something similar to the circle to search if you don't have this feature available on your phone. The second change is in the home feed. Now when you start scrolling, the navigation bar at the bottom disappears. And when you watch YouTube videos, you'll notice that the Gemini button now appears in this carousel over here. Plus, when you switch to the landscape view, you will see it in the overflow menu as well. And when you tap on it, it will open in the side panel. And lastly, the official artist landing page on YouTube got a complete revamp, and on the left you can see how the old design looks. The functionality is exactly the same, but it looks different. The next app we have is YouTube Music, and here I'm gonna show you 2 new changes. The first change I spotted is in the now playing screen. After playing this concert on YouTube Music, I got access to this brand new button called Live Chat Replay. When you tap on it and start playing the song, it will show you all the live chat messages that happened during this live stream, which is a really cool feature. Plus, you have the ability to filter with the top messages or all messages. And the second change, Google expanded the playlist resume playback feature to work with more devices. Now it works with Android, iOS, and the web app. So for example, when you play any of your playlists on any of your devices and open YouTube Music on another device, you should see this banner at the top to resume the playback from where you left off on the other device. Next, Google Photos. And here I'm gonna show you 3 new changes. The first change is under the Collections tab. For example, when you open any of your photos inside any of your collections, let's say the favorites, you will notice here that the date got this tiny arrow next to it. When you tap on it, it will take you right away to this photo in your main gallery, so you can check the day or do whatever you want. And you will see a banner here at the bottom that will allow you to return back to the exact spot where you originally opened this image. We got this functionality with the memories a while ago, and now it made its way to the collections as well. The second change is under the Create tab. Now you will see this new 2x2 grid, which includes some of the tools you can use like the collage, highlight, video, cinematic photo, and the animation. No new functionality added to the tools, it's just a visual tweak. And the last change, Ask Photos is no longer exclusive to the US, but Google expanded support to 100 more countries, and that's why I have it now on my phones. In a nutshell, Ask Photos uses Gemini models to enhance your search experience and allow you to use natural language. So let me show you some examples. First, you can either use voice search or typing, and when you tap on the search bar, you will see some of your people here at the top with the search history. So let me paste this query which says Omar photos riding a beach buggy and tap on send and see what's gonna happen. You'll notice here that the search is now a lot more useful. It gets you exactly what you're looking for, and you can explain it in natural language with the ability to ask follow-up questions as shown over here. Another useful thing you can do is to locate a specific piece of info in your photos. For example, I'm gonna try this query, black Ford Focus plate number, and then tap on send. As you see, it's giving me all the photos and videos that include the plate number of the black Ford Focus, and here at the bottom, it's giving me the info as well, so I don't need to open the photo myself. Before jumping to the next chapter, let me show you the latest wallpapers added to the Wallpapers by In-Depth Tech Reviews app. There are 60 new wallpapers added to the collection, and you will see me using some of them throughout the video. If you are interested to give it a try, you will see the app download link in the description. And now let's get back to Google Apps. Next, we have Gemini, and here I'm gonna show you 3 new changes. The first change is the new Answer Now button. When you use the thinking model in Gemini, you should see a new Answer Now button that will give you the answer immediately instead of going through the thinking process, which is over here. Once you tap on it, it will skip any thinking and jump right away to the straight answer. And this is how it works. Sometimes you don't even need to tap on it because the answer comes up very fast. But in other cases, you might need to tap on it if it takes a long time. The second change is Gemini can now access your shared and secondary calendars, not only the primary ones, which means you can ask questions about them, add events, or modify and delete, which is a nice to have feature. Last but not least, the web app now gives you the option to change the model by using the add sign. So for example, you can type add thinking to change to the thinking model, add fast, or add pro. Next, Google Maps. And here I'm gonna show you 5 new changes. First, I started to see more guides under the Explore tab. If you remember, I showed you this feature in one of my previous episodes, but I used to get only 1 or 2 guides maximum, but now I can see more. In this case, I have 4 different guides to choose from, which enhances the experience even further. I also found that the glanceable directions now work with the driving, not only walking like before. So I had my phone on the directions screen while driving my car, and as you see, it's updating my location as if I'm using the navigation screen, and it looks really nice. Maybe you can use this one instead of the normal navigation if you want a top-down view. The third change is the new buttons added to Google Lens in Maps. So when you start the feature, you will see 2 new buttons over here, the search and the translate. Search will allow you to search for any place you see in front of you, like this hotel, for example, and it will give you more information immediately. And when you tap on the translate button, it will simply open the image translation feature of Google Lens. Google also updated the app settings page. Instead of having one stack for everything, now we have these main menus with the relevant options under each one, which makes it a lot easier to navigate. Not only this, but when you go to location and the privacy, you'll notice here that the on toggle now uses a different color to make it stand out. Plus, we have this new menu item called device location for maps, which takes you to the location settings. Next, we have the phone app, and here I'm going to show you 2 new changes. The first change is under the app settings and then display options. Now we have a new toggle called keep portrait mode on calls, and the description says prevents accidental auto-rotate when on call, which is a nice to have feature. The second change is on Wear OS. Now the app supports the Material 3 expressive design language. So for example, when I place a phone call, you'll notice here that the hang up button now matches the same design we've seen in other apps. Plus, when you tap on the mute button, it turns into a rounded square from a circle. And you will see the same thing in other pages inside the app. Next, Google Messages. And here I'm going to show you 2 new changes. Unfortunately, I will not be able to show you any of the new features in Google Messages on my phone, as the RCS messaging feature is no longer supported in many countries due to a change Google did in the activation process, which is very unfortunate. But thankfully, I have some screenshots to show you. The most exciting change is the new mentions feature in group chats. Once you put the @ sign in the text box, it will show you all the contacts in the group chat, so you can select the person. And here's how it looks once you select the contact. You also get this banner that tells you that everyone will see this name and you can dismiss it with the X. And here's how it looks when you use it in message replies. Plus, you get this tiny @ sign in your messages list if you have a mention. The second change is related to the tap and hold menu. As shared by 9to5 Google in this screenshot, you should see this new list of options showing under the message. In this case, when you tap and hold on an image, you should see remix, reply, forward, star, delete, select more, info, and save. The next app is Google Play Store, and here I'm going to show you 2 new features. Both of them are visual tweaks. The first one is the page loading animation. So sometimes when you switch between pages, you'll see some solid material U shapes circulating, which wasn't the case before. Previously, we used to get a plain circle. And the second change is related to the app downloads. So for example, when you go to the updates page and then try to update any of the apps, when you take a look here at the progress, you will see this squiggly progress circle around the app. So let's do it one more time. And here is how it looks. Next, Google search. And here I'm going to show you 2 new changes. The 2 changes are related to the AI mode. The first one, when you search for anything and get an AI overview like this one, once you tap on show more, it will immediately take you to the AI mode, so you can start asking your follow-up questions. And if you want to dismiss it, you can use the X at the top right corner, or scroll all the way down and swipe up, and it will also do the same, which is easier than going to the AI mode tab like before. The second change is the Gemini 3 access, which you can only see by going to the AI mode and then tap on the plus button in the text prompt, And here you will see Gemini 3 models. You can choose between Auto or Pro if you have a subscription. Now let's talk about the apps that only got one new change, starting with Google Drive. Now you get access to Gemini on the mobile app, which was only accessible on the web-based version. From here, you can do things like summarize a topic, summarize a folder. You can add sources from your own Google Drive files and ask whatever you want, which is a really cool feature. The second one is Google App. When you do a circle to search and then expand the results like this, you will see a new change selection button docked to the top along with the translate. Tapping on it will simply dismiss the card to allow you to expand your selection. You can achieve the same thing by simply swiping down, but this one makes it a little bit more obvious. Next, Google Chrome. And we got a killer feature. Instead of listening to articles normally using the listen to this page feature, now when you expand the player, you will see this Gemini-like button, which is called AI playback. When you tap on it, it says generating AI playback, and this one will read the article in a podcast-like format as if two people are sitting together talking about the information in this article. So to show you how it works, let's take a listen.
Android phones still have some tricks up their sleeves that iPhones just can't match.
Okay, that's a great point. According to Kumar's article, it really boils down to how these phones handle routine tasks.
What exactly makes Android more consistent?
So as you see, it makes listening to articles a lot more engaging. In the Clock app, we got a brand new feature that will allow you to change how you can dismiss your alarms. When you go to the app settings, you will see a new option here called Dismiss Alarm with a tap, or you can do it with a swipe. So let me show you the difference between the two. Moving to the Weather app, it got a brand new set of icons, and as an example, here is how it looks in the 10-day forecast, and you can compare it to the screenshot on the left. You can see here that some of the icons are using different colors and designs as well. In Google Meet, the home page header got redesigned to match other apps like Keep Notes and Gmail, with the profile menu and side menu are now separated from the search, and the code button also got updated. It's now smaller without any text, only the icon. So that's pretty much it for today. These are all the new features I wanted to show you in Google Apps, and if you spotted anything new, you can reach me out on social media so I can include them in my future episodes. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.